Hello, my hosts, and welcome to another editing stream. Today we're continuing with editing our type theory video. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bishojo completely collapsed economically over the last thing. I actually have been thinking about it. There is some things generally I want to talk about that. Not exactly the company itself, but more in terms of general relationships between labor and the means of production, obviously, because the reason VTuber companies exist is because there is so much upfront costs involved in creating VTuber content, which means it's often infeasible for an independent to start off very easily, especially in the early days of VTubing. Hence, partially the reason why VTuber companies existed. All right. But before that, we are going to talk about dependent pair types, otherwise known as sigma types. Hi, Lordix. But before that, we are going to talk about dependent pair types, otherwise known as sigma types. Just like... Okay, let's get myself an adjustment clip on top of that. That almost sounded communistic, the way you describe VTuber companies. Yeah, that particular analytics does have a degree of Marxist theory in it, but it's also it's also it's also basic capitalism as well. It goes, but before that, we are going to talk about dependent pair types, otherwise known as sigma types. Just like pi types extend some types. Okay, let's go there. Change that clip color to apricot. Ah, poor fruit. She comes back to streaming just as the company falls apart. Okay, got a text plus node there. The United States might be going from 4 major freight railroads to 2 of them. Oh. Wasn't the whole point of the US anti-monopoly laws to break up the robber barons and split up the railroads so they weren't as powerful and all-controlling? Dependent pair types. Same thing, I think, keeps happening with the the phone companies. The US government keeps breaking them apart and then they try to keep merging back into together. Hi, Bleak. Yeah, right. There we go. Don't adjust the size like that. Put a bit of spacing between it so it's more like that. Now, this will allow us to animate it being written on. Ah. But before that, we are going to talk about dependent. We extend that out like that. About dependent pair types. Otherwise, extend the animation out like that, and that's gone weird. There we go. Also, Delta Line charter plane nearly collided with an air show B-50. Is that just Delta continuing to be really bad? Yesterday it was Pi, now it's Haven. Yes, everybody's joining in. There we go. Hi, Pi. Sigma types. But before that, we are going to talk about dependent pair types, otherwise known as sigma types. Just like pi types extend some types into the infinite, they have a very similar notation. Okay. Copy that, put that there. I guess we're going to do it as a table. Yeah. It's due to having near no oh. I got you. But shouldn't a air show be in the NOTAMs? Uh, there we go. It should, but oh. So it sounds very much Swiss cheese. Multiple failures resulting in the thing. Ah. Copy from here. Yeah. When I started, sigma types confuse me since they can be viewed as both a summing over a family of types and as a dependent product. Yeah. All right. It's never just one thing, but yeah. Right types. Types. That's okay. Awesome. All right. Let's move that over there. Let's adjust, I think, the tracking to make it squish up. There we go. Ah. Yeah. I've heard it's become an okay game. There he goes. Oh, prod. P-O. There we goes. And grid. Just a normal grid, thank you. No, hold on, not grid warp. Just grid. There we go. Ah, I think we can just go like that. Good. Now we just got to get things lined up. So I want 2 by 2. Can I move this correctly? Pan and tilt. Pan a little bit more. Eh, yeah, I suspect the money went to operational costs. It actually does cost quite a lot of money to run a company. And I think they spent more money than they were earning. I honestly don't think there's any sort of complicated conspiracy or weirdness. I think they just ran their business poorly and spent more money than they were earning from their income source. It often becomes, often the answer is that basic boring question thing. Then once they got into that state, they made all the mistakes trying to get out of it, including trying to get more money out of their staff or talents. Yeah. How am I zooming on DaVinci? Holding down Control and moving my mouse wheel. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It is remarkably common for companies to do that to themselves. And I've watched other companies die in exactly the same way. So that's what I'm betting on. Where is... Why have I lost my... Oh, there it is. Okay. There. All right. Ah, just realized the hair in the video, like, slightly... Oh, compare it. Yeah, I've done my hair differently in the video. And my horns are different as well. Uh, and I think I need to do a stretch before I continue this. Just give me a second. Eh. All right. Oop. Did I do something weird? Let me just check. All right. There we go. Yeah, oops. Did I untreat myself then? Eh, back to normal. Okay. Yeah, they've... Hey, that might be the best explanation they can give. Because the thing is, at least in the US, and this is not legal advice, in order for something to be a... Well, in order for it to be theft or fraud, you have to be knowingly taking the money. And if you can give a defense that you didn't know the money was not yours to take, then it becomes harder to be criminally prosecuted, which I think's what they're trying to do. There we go. Expertise running a company, but I think when they realized that they had stuffed up, they should have gone to their talents and explained the situation and either tried to renegotiate the contracts or do something to get out of the situation. But the thing is, the venture capitalist loophole, not so much loophole, the venture capitalist mentality is to fake it till you make it. And there's also an element of, if you admit failure and you show weakness in the market, it can become a self-fulfilling prophecy where people will believe that the company is insolvent. So you have to try and project an image that you are financially successful, which ends up often getting you into situations like this. Sigma types. But before that, we are going to talk about dependent pair types, otherwise known as sigma types. Just like pi types, oops, got an animation that goes backwards. That's not what we want. Actually, we want probably remove that animation completely. So extend out that and go remove that and I think that's right. Okay, cool. Sounds like the cycle of poverty. When you have no money to improve yourself or group, you can't change, so you get money, leaving with no money. Yeah. Yeah. It happens with people and it happens with companies as well. Known as sigma types. Just like pi types extend some types into the infinite, they have a very similar notation. Okay, and then I do the notation for sigma types. Let me check my notes. In docs. All right. That's there. That's not the one I want. Type theory 3. Pull up an editor. And we find the appropriate thing. All right. Interesting the levels of things we have. We have manimin, which was written in Python, which we use to basically compile LaTeX, which is written in LaTeX to express mathematical equations. Yeah, right. So we go. Sum, I think we can do slash sum, can't we? Yeah. Slash sum underscore. Text colon slash text type. Let's do that in boldface. I think it would make it more understandable. Slash text. Family. Variable like that. Immediate now, he's betting on investors coming in to save them, but up till it became too late, nothing. Yeah. Can pull up the money. I don't. I'm probably going to say that it's going to be an insolvency lawyer, and they're going to take all of the things of the shoujo that has value, but the only real thing that had value was the VShoujo brand and its goodwill. And both of those things don't exist anymore. So I'm going to say any of its computing equipment is probably on lease. Any of its own IP isn't really that valuable anymore. Its office space is going to be on lease as well. All the contracts that it has are going to be invalid or not worth it. It doesn't have any staff. So I don't think, I think it's going to be a complete and utter write-off for things. It's just going to be a big pool of debt. The money's going to be distributed and there'll be nothing left. It's unfortunate, but neither the Immune Deficiency Foundation, Iron Mouse, or any other of the girls, including Kuro, is going to see any more money out of thing. Yeah, so it goes. All right, I'll just play that in the background. Yeah. You... Not sure if this will come up. Oh, doesn't have any sound. That looks wrong. What have I done wrong? Oh, I've used the wrong quote marks, haven't I? Yes, I have. I've got to put an R there. That's better. Huh. Yep. So heard about that. I wasn't really a big wrestling person. And I know that Hulk Hogan's legacy is kind of tarnished now. But I also know that a lot of people enjoyed him. So there's going to be a lot of soul searching about that as well. Yeah. Okay, and we've got that one. Yeah. Actually, my parents never really let us watch wrestling as a kid. Guess that's why I never got into it. All right. There we go. Now, Oh, I've got to copy that into the media. Just a second. Like that. There's a whole lot of stuff that gets done in the background that I don't exactly show, and I can't really. All right. Let's go here. Do the same thing. Copy that like that. Actually, let's make this one full screen. All right. Whoops. You come back, go down. With sigma types, just one family member into the infinite, they have a very similar notation. Okay, let's pull that back. Draw that in. Ah. So much brain rot hearing Sigma types makes me remember awful Sigma male memes. Yeah, I do as well. That's why, if you notice, when I introduce Sigma types, I briefly have, where is it? Connor pop up there for a second. Uh, there it goes. Put that down there. Oh, they have a very similar notation. With Sigma types, just one family member of this family. Okay, so we'll have the notation go there. That'll be lime. Split that off. Put that there. How alpha? Oh, Azure. How's how? Hi Azure. Equals, what's it? 86 frames minus 59 frames. What? Why didn't that work out? 86 minus 59. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Very similar notation. Do a little transform. Blow up to full size like that. All right, into the infinite. They have a very similar notation. With Sigma types, just one family member of this family has to be inhabited in order for the type to be inhabited. All right, I'm just going to do another stretch because I feel like I need another stretch. Let's do that. All right. Yeah. Uh, uh, Hi, Emerald. Yeah. With Sigma types, just one family member of this family has to be inhabited in order for the type to be inhabited. Not sure what I'm going to do there. Yeah. All right. What's the... That's fine. What I'm going to do, because I'm feeling a little bit like that, move that one forward, save. It's going to do, and I'm going to just amuse myself for a little bit, do a separate project. New project. Falls 2. What's the location? Do they go? Let's throw it to G. Create that. Let's do a little bit of setup here. Project settings, do that. That. I'm just going to go to media mode. Hold on. Get something out of my temp directory. All right. Hold on. Did that not in part of the project? Okay. There. And we rotate this by 90 degrees so it fits in again. Actually, it's minus 90. Huh? Like that. We scale things down. I'm not looking at top chat. I want to look at live chat. Oh, I keep forgetting that. Eh. He go like that. Go into coloring mode. Going to adjust things so it's brighter. Where's the... They changed the color wheels on us. Okay. Well, I can always use this. Let's... Right, adjust that. Bring that down a little bit. Ah. Oh, did I? That was a mistake. Let me close that. There we go. Just... Ah. Okay, I'll adjust it so we get a nice wide range of information here. I think that comes out nice. If we play this, there we go. Quick animation for a short. Go into edit. I'll actually change clip speed down to 50. Now it will be a bit slower and a bit smoother. There we go. All right. I think that's quite nice. So we'll throw this one up as a short. The great thing about shorts is I don't have to worry about I don't have to worry about doing a thumbnail for it. Ship at falls. There goes. I guess we can save it that location. Da, da. A ship deliver goods to tail fall docks. Plus other animation in my tail fall series. Okay, private, film and animation. No point normalizing the audio since the audio this is like that. Add to render queue. Render all. That's going to be sent up to YouTube in a few minutes. Hopefully the upload doesn't kill my stream. All right, let's get back to the thing we were working on before. Yeah. All right. So like a little study break. With sigma types, just one family member of this family has to be inhabited in order for the type to be inhabited. With sigma types, just one family member of this family has to be inhabited in order for the type to be inhabited. All right, there. Should do an example. one sample. Yeah. And this time the Python code is meant to be up. Some. Ooh, got an example. Right. There we go. Is bad apple. Like that. Thailand and Cambodia. Oh, that's no good for both countries. I hope it settles down without sort of escalating into something worse. Let's compile that. What do we call this? One example. There. Bad apple, say that again. I have the music in my head right now. Oh, drone strikes and tanks being deployed. Ooh, when it becomes tank based. I don't think you even need to be a Toho fan to know Bad Apple. It's everywhere. Now I'm confused. Did I spell fruit correctly? Yes, I did. Cool. I think being a graphic means I'm extra vulnerable to semantic satiation. All right. There. Well, copy that to that. I really like some Toho songs, but never played in Toto games. There are so many Toho fans which are who are who are fans of all the related, I think it's meta text, but never actually enjoy the game itself. Whoops, I'm in the wrong place. Copy that. Yeah. Played Toho 15. Hard as fuck, but good. Haven't beaten over gotten to stage 4 before death. Yeah, with Sigma types, just one family member of this family has to be inhabited in order for the type to be inhabited. It is inhabited like that. All right. Let's change the clip cover. We're up to Olive there. Get rid of all of this. Pull you in. There. Do the same thing like that. 258 minus 59. Adjust the size. And it's huge. There's plenty of gauge without playing the game. Ah, 1 million for the immune deficiency fund. That's really good. Ah, get that adjusted so it's in there. With Sigma types, just one. And we scale that up. There we go. I'm going to drop a note here. To remind me to do something later on. Get short audio clip of Paul to play under here. Also check Bad Apple license to see if I can do this legit. There we go. Be a nice little Easter egg gag. With Sigma types, just one family member of this family has to be inhabited in order for the type to be inhabited. It is inhabited by a pair of... Yep, that's why we call them dependent pair types. Now I'm imagining codependent pair types, which involve... which I'm seeing as an anthropomorphic pair with a very bad relationship. inhabited. All right. It is inhabited by a pair of the index and the witness for that particular index. Yeah, I think I probably have to illustrate that. Yeah. But I also think I should take a rest and come back to this later on. So let's head back to my main room. Feeling sleepy. Oh, not so much sleepy, but a bit exhausted. I think I need to either take a nap or take a good long walk or something of the both. Thank you, everybody, for joining me as I also almost said played, but I meant edited my video. As always, if you enjoyed watching, please subscribe if this is your first time, and I hope to see you all later. Goodbye. Oh, and tomorrow will be more Stellaris, so I hope you can join me for that.